You stopped. Not to play a game. Not because someone told you to, because you finally arrived at the clear understanding that continuing to chase something that was not reciprocated was costing you something you were not willing to keep paying. And then, weeks later, she reappeared. And now you are sitting with something you do not quite have a framework for. This is for men who want to understand what actually happened and what to do with it, from a position of genuine clarity rather than hope dressed as strategy. Here is the first thing worth understanding. She did not come back because of what you did. She came back because of what she felt in your absence. That is a subtle distinction, and it matters enormously. A man who withholds to create a reaction is running a tactic, and it usually fails because the energy of calculation is legible. A man who genuinely stops because the situation stopped being right for him creates something different. He creates a felt absence, not of contact, but of the weight of his care. And that weight, once she notices it is gone, tells her something she could not have heard while it was present. She does not necessarily realize this consciously, but she feels it, the quiet where the pursuit used to be. The space where someone who genuinely wanted her stopped reaching across. And at some point, she finds herself in that space wondering why it suddenly feels like something worth paying attention to. The second reason she comes back is that she recalibrated what she was measuring against. When you were present and pursuing, you were part of her daily experience. Easy to take for granted. Something that could be picked up or put down without consequence. Pursuit, particularly consistent pursuit, creates a strange psychological effect. It makes the thing being pursued feel less rare. When you stopped, the rarity returned. Not manufactured scarcity, real scarcity. Because she genuinely no longer had access to the version of you that was reaching toward her. And what felt ordinary from inside that access often looks completely different once it is gone. The third reason, and this is the one that most people do not talk about, is that your stopping communicated something your pursuing never could. When a man pursues relentlessly, he is communicating need. However genuine his feelings, the pursuit itself says, "I want this enough to absorb almost any amount of indifference." And a woman cannot fully respect a man who has told her, through his behavior, that her inconsistency has no floor. When you stopped, you established the floor. You told her, without a single dramatic conversation, that your time and your emotional investment have real value, that there is a point at which you will choose yourself over an uncertain outcome. And that self-respect, once she felt it, changed how she experienced everything that came before it. Now, she came back. What do you do? There is a video on this channel that goes into exactly this from a different angle. Why women deeply respect the man who stops chasing her covers the full picture of what is happening on her side of this moment. I will link it at the end. Here is what the grounded man does when she returns. He does not punish her, not with coldness, not with manufactured distance, not with any version of making her earn back something she lost. Punishing her return is just pursuit in reverse. It is still orienting your behavior around her reaction. And it is not grounded. It is wounded. He is genuinely warm. Because he is. Because the feelings that were there when he was pursuing were real, and nothing about stopping erased them. He can be warm and present because he has already proven to himself that he can also be without her when necessary. He is honest. If she asks why things changed, he can say simply and without drama. He reached the point where the dynamic was not working for him, and he chose not to continue it. Not as a speech, as a fact, delivered with complete calm. He pays attention to what is actually being offered. Her return is not a resolution. It is a new piece of information. And a grounded man treats it as that. He does not immediately rebuild everything that was there before. He stays warm and present and lets what is actually available become clear over time, without either rushing it forward or closing the door before he has seen what is behind it. And most importantly, he does not abandon the version of himself that stopped chasing. That version is what she came back to. The moment he reverts to the behavior that created the dynamic in the first place, the thing that made her recalibrate disappears. And she will feel that disappearance just as clearly as she felt the original absence. The man she came back to is the man who chose himself. The job now is to keep being him, not out of strategy, but because that is who he genuinely is. And if what she is offering genuinely matches that, he can step toward it freely. If it does not, he can say so, clearly, warmly, and without resentment. Either way, the posture is the same. He is whole. He is glad she is here. He is not suspended by what happens next. That is the man worth coming back to, and it is the man she found when she returned. If this video helped you in any way, this video is the natural next step. Why women deeply respect the man who stops chasing her goes deeper into what is actually shifting in her when you create this kind of clarity in the dynamic. It is on screen now. I'll see you there.